show me there's something more to us than the same old thing, no usual affair.
I listened to a lot of music growing up, especially a lot of world music, which I have to credit my parents for introducing me to. And that is basically because of my cultural background. Like my mum is like Indian, Chinese and Portuguese mix, and my dad's Nigerian. So I used to, for example, watch a lot of Bollywood movies with my mum. And like, as you can imagine, within those 3 hours in one movie, like there's about like 15 odd songs. So ranging from extremely happy, expressive, like Indian music to really emotional kind of vibes there. And I think I absorbed all of those, well, especially the Indian cultured music, along with like the African rhythms, which my dad used to play in the house. And yeah, and I just kind of wanted to modernize it. And being like born and raised in London, there's a huge like electronic music scene there, and it goes all the way from like grime to house music, drum and bass. There's reggae, there's so many different genres which comes out of London and wherever else in the world, and I just blend everything together, or try to anyway. I grew up listening to Michael Jackson, who's like my number one like guy, and along the way of me kind of understanding production and things like that, I took a liking to people like Pharrell Williams, like Timbaland, Swizz Beatz, Scott Storch, Dr. Dre. Like they were like my biggest like producer inspirations. Quincy Jones, of course. Like there's just so many varieties, and I think through all these years of listening and absorbing, I just therefore created my own genre or my own style of production. They're extremely supportive, just because prior to me saying that, like mum and dad, I wanted to do music, I was working in real estate for like 8 years, from like 18 to like 25 years old. So I had kind of already proved to them that I was able to make a good living, and I had something already there if music failed. So when I said, listen guys, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to pursue music, they were like, you know what, son, just do it. You proved to us when you was 18 that you could go out into the world without going to university and make something of yourself, so I'm sure you can do it. And they believe in me and my music. So, and I think that also like it greatly helps. That's why I guess subconsciously, I always kind of refer back to my heritage, and it's almost like it's a homage to them too. So yeah, thanks mom, thanks dad. I always try to like remain myself. I've always, like when I've made tracks, I've always wanted to give people the feeling that my music is a real extension of myself. So I would say, I don't know, it kind of comes natural, to be honest. And I think it's a blessing that it does come natural, because and a lesson that I've always learned from Michael Jackson here is never to force music, let the music write itself. And I think with using that as my identity and using that as like a main mantra, I think that really helps me with just being me with my music. Usually I tend to start off with drums. Like drums for me is like my main, like I love drum programming. I used to play the drums for like 5.5 years when I was in school. And then I think from there, from the rhythms and things like that, that's what kind of builds, and it naturally comes to me, which is, it just tends to come to me. But then also there's occasions where I might be out on the street, for example, and I might hear there might be like a guy with playing a flute or something, and it'll just give me an idea, I want to make something with a flute, or I don't know, I hear random noises, it's strange. It works in a weird way, my brain sometimes. It's quite hard to explain. So my friend Ice Cream, I just want to first of all say how much I love you. He's an incredible guy, incredible human being. We have an incredible story actually, and basically I was saying to you before, I was working in real estate, and I'd met him like during this time, and I was just at that time still a bedroom producer. And he, at the time, had a record label, and one of his artists who introduced me to him, the day that we met, we just hit it off straight away. And he heard my music and he was like, dude, you need to do this like full time. And I was just like, well, I can't, like I'm working in real estate. I was working crazy hours every day. And then after we became like friends for a while, he was like, dude, just how about if you quit your job and like I help you like financially to support you. So absolutely, he gave me like the massive, like the kickstart in here. So literally when I was 25, I was like at this turning point where like, saying, what do I do? Do I continue being an estate agent? Because I was at this point, I was literally about to possibly start my own company, or do I pursue music? And then he was just like, I said, what's the worst that can happen? If it doesn't work out, I'll just go back to it. So 25, quit my job. And he basically helped me out for like nearly about 2 years, you know, which was amazing. So God bless him. And yeah, that's just an incredible story. And it's literally for that whole time when I was just doing music, I was literally in my room every single day from like 9 a.m. till like 11 p.m. at night, just making music every single day. And that's why at the time when I was releasing my music, I could put out so much, is because I had that free time and I literally was like, I'm gonna give this my absolute everything. And thank God, like the music that I was putting out, it really like resonated with a lot of people, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. So on top of that, while I was doing music for myself, Sound Snobs, we were making tracks, you know, together. And yeah, we are about to like drop an incredible project. Like after mine, my new project, Left Is Right, is out. So I'm really, really excited for all of that to come, because we've been wanting to do this for such a long time, and like we've been waiting extremely patiently for it. So
if you could collab with anybody dead or alive, who would it be? Michael?
For sure, absolutely. That would be the dream. That would, like, I will say, like, I always imagine Michael Jackson dancing to my music, which is also a secret kind of way I produce. It's kind of, I don't know, like I have a certain groove to my tracks, you know, so I always kind of imagine if he was to be doing a little something, which kind of gives it that vibe. So yeah, if no one knew that, that's a little something. I mean, I would love to see what I could do with a few of the current rappers like Kendrick and Drake and Pharrell Williams. I'd love to do something with him. And Eminem, that would be a dream.
Let's make it happen.
I would, yeah. Come on guys, please, for my sake. I mean, whenever I can, I try and get a massage, a deep tissue, just because like I'm quite tall and sometimes them flights can be a bit like long, you know. But other than that, just relax. Try and get as much sleep as possible, drink plenty of water, stretch. I like playing a bit of PlayStation on my downtime. Yeah, you can expect to be taken on a journey. It's definitely, like, for me, this is like my first complete body of work. I've never done an EP before, never dropped an album, so I really wanted to take people on a musical journey and show people and showcase like what I can do, and show people that I can produce many varieties and infuse new sounds. Basically, it's definitely a graduation and a definite evolution. I think for me, it's my proudest and best work yet. Be yourself. There's nothing wrong with being who you are. You should be proud of who you are. I'm super proud of who I am. I have amazing parents, and so to be coming from them, and yeah, I love the cultures, I love the countries that I'm associated with, and that's running through my veins. I told you the jet lag is catching up with me right now so hard, But I mean, honestly, I would just say, like, honestly, be yourself. There's nothing wrong with who you are. We are all beautiful people, so yeah. The 25th of August. 25th of August. I'm so excited, and just thank you and thank everybody who has supported my music. Like, without you guys, I would not be here doing this, so this one's for all of you.
Live.